in the We Out Here segment, I want to welcome in SEC Catherine, aka Producer Cat, to give me your takes on my all-time college football top 10 list, for which there was wild, and the term is in the industry, engagement, because y'all were upset and in your feelings. Matter of fact, hey, Producer Cat, one of the things I was actually looking at and thought about, because you know, I hosted National Sports Talk Radio and I like doing sports talk radio, and this is kind of sports talk radio. Nobody is ever listening to the sports talk radio host and saying, you know what? He/she makes a really good point. Never happens. Never once happens. It's always, you don't know anything about anything. And I'm like, okay, well, glad my bosses think that. Meanwhile, let's hear what your best was, because some of these I'm sure are good, especially judging by the response that we got to the show account and to my Twitter account. So, Producer Cat, what do you got?
All right, you're going to have fun with this one. Okay. So this is from @CFP4_us. So I still need to listen to the latest number one show episode to hear your thought process, but AP has to be on my top 10. I would bump Baker out of the 10 you have listed, and AP takes his spot.
Okay, so there are a number of things that need to be addressed in this reply, and not all of them are going to make you feel good, CFP, because CFP is definitely a burner account, and burners are for cowards. But to address your take in there, I can't get to it. Because I can't get past who is AP? I don't know him. Matter of fact, I do know him. Are you talking about Alan Patrick? Do you think Alan Patrick should be on this top 10 list? Or are you talking about the Associated Press? Because the dude that I know is AD. You know, like Jesus. All day. Okay? Adrian Peterson's name is AD because he is here carrying the rock, giving you the business all day. You also clearly are giving me a take before you are receiving a take. Like, this is a fundamental when we're talking about dialogue and discussion. Okay? This is also the part where it shows that I'm an English professor, you know, with a emphasis on creative nonfiction and French philosophy, because dialogue and discussion is a big part of this. So you got to hear it, you got to listen to it, you got to receive it, and then you give it a close reading. And clearly you didn't read anything that I wrote. I wrote 3,000 words about this. I spent an enormous amount of time talking about this, and I mentioned Adrian Peterson in it, for which, you know, you got points for this. But I can't put him in there because I wrote down the criteria, and one of the criteria is, did you win a national championship? What'd you do in winning time? Okay. Adrian Peterson got destroyed in winning time, and I'm not happy about it. Okay. 55-19. Remember that? I remember that. Okay. So there's more to go on here, but I tell you what, first, put your name in your burner account. Second, get his name right. And then third, read the story and give me another take. We'll see what you got. What you got in left, Producer Cat?
All right, this one is from @BigQuanDon. Archie Griffin is literally the only player in college history to win 2 Heismans. You wild for this one.
Big Quan Don, related to the bishop, I'm sure. You know, I'm sure. Just be out there on the street proselytizing, let people know. All right, so I got a lot of people giving me some hate over the Archie Griffin being left off the all-time top 10 list, to which I'll say, you didn't read the story either, because I go on at length. Matter of fact, the open to the doggone episode is you cannot trust the Heisman when you're doing this. It is a data point. It is not the point. Matter of fact, that is the greatest piece of propaganda ever in the sport, that the Heisman Trophy is definitive. No. Matter of fact, the thing y'all tell me y'all love most about this sport is that it's not definitive. The thing y'all tell me y'all love most about this sport is that you get to argue over it, and that hey, strength of schedule matters, knowing these kids can't pick their damn schedule, right? But, let's say strength of schedule does have to matter. Did Archie Griffin win a national championship? Negative. Negative. And that second Heisman that he won, damn well he shouldn't have won it. Won national championship in 1975? My Oklahoma Sooners. You know the best player is on that team? Dude by the name of Lil Joe Washington. Okay? Mr. Silver Shoes himself. Okay? Man averaged 5 yards carry. Didn't get as many attempts as he did his junior year when he went for 1,300 yards on the ground. All right? I'm telling you, you got some problems here that you got to figure out, because you're also trying to tell me that Archie Griffin is one of the 10 best players in college football during the 70s. Earl Campbell, I might let you have. Billy Sims, I might let you have. Archie Griffin, I'm not going to let you have. You don't get that one, dog. Matter of fact, I can keep dunking on Ohio State here, but I don't want to, because I love y'all and I like having you listen to the show. But if you're going to come at me with Archie Griffin, before you read the story about how I can't really talk about the Heisman, and then all you can say is the Heisman, we got a problem. Okay? Because there are dudes on that list that you could include that did not win a Heisman Trophy. But you ain't include those dudes. Like, ain't nobody coming at me talking about Gordy Laudell. Ain't nobody coming at me talking about Charlie Ward. Well, he won a Heisman. Never mind. Gordy was a finalist. But you ain't coming at me with Charlie Ward, who also intercepted a pass while being the punter for Florida State his freshman year, and then was drafted into the NBA after winning the Heisman Trophy as a quarterback at Florida State. You ain't do any of that. Okay? I would even let you come at me with Eddie George, but you ain't do that. You came at me with Archie Griffin and 2 Heisman, which is lazy as hell. And one thing you not going to be listening to this show is dumb or stupid when we're talking about college football, because you're a smart listener. You're extremely smart. You're listening to this show, man. You know that I'm not playing stupid out here. You know that I'm not giving you the same wash takes that somebody else might that doesn't actually view and like the sport. So if you're going to come at me, come correct, because I'm always going to come correct to you because I love you. So show me some love and don't give me no Archie Griffin, no 2 Heisman. All right. SEC Catherine, producer Cat, what you got?
I'm going to try my best pronouncing this handle. At Pizardenita. Sure. The only correct answer is Paul Blake, but I wouldn't argue too much if you listed Joe Kane or Alvin Mack.
This man understands. This man gets it. I'm saying man. It might be a woman. This person gets it. Okay? And the reason they get it is they know I love those movies. They know that that's where I live. They know I got the Paul Blake jersey on doing this show. Paul Blake, 30 years old, hadn't thrown a football in 13 years, getting recruited off the farm, shows up on campus, gets handed the starting job, galvanizes the team, beats the #1 ranked Texas Colts, going both ways. Well, he don't go both ways. They go both ways. Okay? You can talk to me about Joe Kane and Alvin Mack. Alvin Mack also won Dwayne Davis, whose child, Wyatt Davis, was an Ohio State offensive guard and just got drafted last year. Shout out to him. Dwayne Davis also could be on this list because he's also Featherstone in Necessary Roughness. So he is an All-American linebacker in the program and a go-both-ways wide receiver with stone hands for the Texas Armadillos. I love that. Don't throw it to stone hands. And he's having to convince people that he's going to go catch the ball. But I would not put any of those dudes on this list. I would, however, include Andre Krim on this list because I'm an Andre Krim stan. Okay? Andre Krim. Andre does not eat raw meat because Andre is a vegetarian. Eat whatever you want, Andre. And he taught chemistry. That's my kind of dude. You could teach chemistry and be a dominant defensive lineman with jokes, okay? Like, you got my man over there. I forget who he's playing for. I think it's the Bobcats. But he over there, the Doberman. Remember that dude? they got a black dude barking in this movie, y'all. Like, and then they called him Doberman. I'm not saying it. You can see my face. Anyway, you got the black man barking, and then you get Andre Krim, played by Sinbad, going, bad doggy. And I'm dying because that dude is also on the other side talking about the prisoners that they played against. Because I remember, some of y'all remember the prisoner scene. So, Cat, the prisoner scene got Herschel Walker in it, got Evander Holyfield in it, got Jim Kelly in it. And Jim Kelly's playing some linebacker talking about, all right, Dillos, let's get it on. Yeah. And I'm like, ooh-wee, right? And Andre Krim is lined up across from you. He's talking about, hey, fellas, I feel a little love, feel a lot of love on this field. Let's hug it out. And they're like, no, they punch people in the face. I love that movie. I love Andre Krim. I love Paul Blake. I love Featherstone. Oh, man. Joe Kane ain't going to be on this list. Joe Kane nearly got his girlfriend killed trying to go flying over them cement bricks and stuff. Talking about, I'm going to stop it right before here because I like to go up against the ragged edge. Fool. Man, my first vehicle was a motorcycle. I hate that scene. I hate that. That's also Harvey from like Pretty in Pink, or Hardy. That's his name. Hardy. Can't stand that dude. Great actor. Can't stand the characters he plays. They get on my damn nerves. All right. And then we can talk about, my man Omar Epps and the football and him trying to go get Halle Berry. I ain't mad at him. I'm just saying that you can't be fumbling the football and hollering at Halle Berry. It's not going to work. I keep going. I should probably stop. Look, I'm having a good time, as you can see. This show is a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot more fun come the season.